Be the difference you want to see. That is something I have talked about over and over again, because Hollywood is constantly preaching about diversity and inclusion and having respect for different opinions and yada, yada, yada. And we all know that's not true, because Hollywood is an absolute echo chamber, and anyone with common sense can see right through that. And when I heard people like Rian Johnson make statements that they wanted to see less white dudes directing Star Wars, and I'm thinking, Rian Johnson, you're a white dude and you're directing Star Wars. So clearly you're lying. Clearly you don't believe in what you're saying. So be the difference you want to see. And at Geeks and Gamers, I am very proud of my team. I'm very proud that we have so many different opinions. I'm proud that people on my team are not worried about what I think about their opinions. That is exactly what I have tried to build and create. And if you listen to the Twitter narrative, if you listen to the weirdo narrative out there, the people that hate me, they will constantly tell you how Geeks and Gamers is an echo chamber, and it's everybody that agrees with Jeremy, and nothing could be further from the truth. And we actually have proof of that. Because if you actually do any research whatsoever, you would actually understand that even though I'm the loudest voice in the room, I'm not the only voice. There are many voices at Geeks and Gamers. There are many people that have their own opinions, because Geeks and Gamers stands for individuality. Individuality. Be who you want to be. Say what you want to say. Have your opinions, and don't really worry about what mine is. You can speak for yourself. I'll speak for me. The brand as a whole doesn't have an individual opinion, but the individuals within the brand can have whatever social, political, entertainment, movie, video game opinion they want. That is how I have built this, and that is how it is. Now, we are seeing The Last of Us Part 2 is easily going to be the most controversial video game in recent memory, maybe of all time. We're seeing Angry Joe, get thrown to the wolves, the Twitter mob right now. PewDiePie gave it a 6 out of 10. Angry Joe gave it a 6 out of 10. He's being, banned from these garbage tier websites as we speak. We saw Yang Yeah give it a bad review. We also saw people give it great reviews across the board in the mainstream. We saw Video Game Donkey give it a 4 out of 5, who is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, video game reviewer on the platform. And I really love that guy, by the way. Watch his Mario Odyssey review. Not only is Mario Odyssey damn near a masterpiece, but Video Game Donkey's Mario Odyssey review is a masterpiece. Holy hell, that's a great review. But he gave The Last of Us a 4 out of 5, and a lot of people were scratching their heads about that. Well, the narrative has been in the last few months or a few weeks that Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers hates The Last of Us 2. Geeks and Gamers is all about silencing opinions if you like it. No, what it is I have a strong opinion. And if you're a weak little bitch, then you probably get intimidated by my strong opinion. Well, now we have the official geeksandgamers.com review from Mike Calkins. Now, Mike has been with me for years. Mike has stood with me when so many others, when I finally decided to stop trying to ride the fence, and I finally decided that I was going to start speaking my mind and telling people exactly how I felt. When I decided I was going to go public and tell people that I am a proud Donald Trump supporter, so many people stabbed me in the back at that moment. So many people, and to this day, these people, because Geeks and Gamers became really successful when the moment I started speaking out and being honest about my opinions, so many people left the team because they couldn't associate with a Trump supporter. And people like Mike and Siobhan and other people that don't necessarily agree with my politics, they stood by me because they knew what we were building here at Geeks and Gamers. So even if you don't like Mike's take, even if you're going to severely disagree with his take, I'm just here to say you can disagree all day long, and I'm going to be right there with you to disagree with what he's saying. But I'm telling you that he's a good guy, and I fully support this review on our website. Now, I didn't know what his review was going to be. He came to me and he told me, I'm a big fan of the first game. I'm a big fan of the first game, Jeremy, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to love this game. But he didn't know the leaks. He didn't know anything. He stayed away from it completely. All he knew was there was a lot of controversy surrounding it. So now we have his review. It just dropped on the website. I didn't see it because I don't handle the articles firsthand. We have an editor-in-chief named Alex who does a fantastic job. who is an amazing editor. So he edits everything on the site, along with Virginia, Andrew, one of our top writers. He does a great job too. We have an amazing team on geeksandgamers.com. But now we have the official review from Mike Calkins for The Last of Us Part 2. Now, I'm not going to go through every single thing here, and we're not going to talk about the details. If you want to read the article, you can go read the article. We will get to the gist of it here in a second. But if you do go over to geeksandgamers.com, please go over to our premium page right here. You can click that right there. You can sign up for a premium account, and that's going to get you exclusive access to live streams like the one that Krista Nova did today with Grand Theft Auto. What should have been 5 turned out to be 4. And it was just as good as advertised, if not better. She did a fantastic job. We also have Drunk 3PO and Mark the Cyborg. They're going to be doing a Dark Souls stream, and that is going to be great, along with private streams from me, where I do Q&A, do playthroughs with video games with a lot of you. So please consider signing up for a premium membership, $10 a month. I do appreciate it. The website is the future of Geeks and Gamers. We have forums, we have profiles, and I don't do sponsors, at least up to this point. I've never done sponsors on this channel. I'm not interested in doing sponsors. What I'm interested in is having our following, support us on the website. We are working on developing an app in the near future. The site's not perfect, but we're working towards getting there. With your support, we can definitely get there. Okay, back to Mike's review of The Last of Us Part 2. Now, ultimately, Mike talks about it. Last of Us Part 2 is a long-awaited follow-up to Naughty Dog's 2013 masterpiece and finds Ellie at the age of 19 and starting down a path of revenge after someone she cares about is taken from her. I'm not going to pussyfoot around this. The Last of Us Part 2 has been a very controversial game for the past few months. After there were some pretty extensive leaks and cutscenes and plot details, I stayed away from these spoilers, both because I was excited to play the game, and I did not want my viewpoint in any way sullied, and because I wanted Naughty Dog to tell me this story themselves. Now I have beaten the game, putting a ripe 21 hours into it, and here are my thoughts. Let's start with the controversial narrative. Without explicit spoilers, I'll say this, that I would be okay with a big point of contention, that death. When it initially played out in front of me, I wasn't sure I was okay with it. I was questioning the way it went down and the circumstances under which it took place. As the game played out, I lived with that event over the course of the next 20-hour campaign, and the path of revenge got bloodier and bloodier. I started to really think about how far these characters had come and how both of these games have affected all of them. I found that the choice really worked for me in the context of the themes of the story and how the characters had evolved. Those themes are ever present in Ellie's portion of the story. The cycle of violence, the cause and effect of an eye for an eye, revenge blinding you to the acts you commit. The central story point plays into all of those themes so well. I get why it's divisive, and I understand why people are upset, but I just don't agree at all. And that is his setting for it. Ultimately, we get down to the bottom, and Mike, you see there's plenty of context here, and I want you all to go read it if you're interested. He gives extensive reasoning why he feels the way he feels. And ultimately, we get to the point where he gives it a 8.8, gameplay 9.2, difficulty length 8, story 8.1, graphics 9.5, sound design 9.2. The Last of Us Part 2 is an ambitious, emotionally compelling follow-up to a masterpiece. While it doesn't reach its predecessor's height, it carves out its own little piece of excellence. And there you have it. So I will go ahead and give him a thumbs up. I'm sure he's going to get a lot of thumbs down for this. But the point of this video is to just let everyone know out there that I fully stand by this review. I don't agree with this review in terms of what I've heard. I obviously haven't played the game itself, and I'm not going to, because Naughty Dog and Neil Druckmann can go fuck themselves. But Mike, as an individual within Geeks and Gamers, which represents individuality, is free to do whatever he wants and have whatever opinion he wants. And this is his take on it. And you can either agree or you can disagree. But understand that Mike has stood by me when so many others have literally stabbed me in the back and tried to character assassinate me simply because they don't agree with my politics. So it says a lot, and Mike's taken a lot of criticism for, staying on this team and staying as a writer on this site from so many, and he's always had my back. So I will always have his back, and I will always stand by my team. I will always stand by the good people that have stood by me. I've caught hell for the last few years for my opinions, and people like Mike and Siobhan and so many others have caught holy hell simply for being associated with me, and it's absolutely ridiculous. But Geeks and Gamers is the difference we want to see, because we allow different opinions. Right now, Stephanie Kenobi, who runs our Twitter account, is catching hell. Simply why? Because she's on this team. And her existence along with so many others, Siobhan's existence, Christina's existence, Kelly's existence, Krista's existence, Tug's, so many others, so many women are on this team. Some of them you've never even heard of because they work on the site and they work behind the scenes. But their existence completely destroys the narrative, because all of the people that hate me, all of the people that can't stand my opinions and my videos will sit there and say Geeks and Gamers is... And there's literally nothing you can say that Geeks and Gamers is, because Geeks and Gamers is about individuals having individual opinions. Uche, who's on the team, former Jacksonville Jaguars NFL football player. Uche has incredibly strong opinions. He and I argue every day in our Geeks and Gamers group chat, because that is what it should be. He and I greatly disagree on so many topics. And that's one of the reasons he's here. That's one of the reasons I thought he was going to be a great fit for our team. And Uche studied me and this channel for a year before he reached out to me. It's not like he needs Geeks and Gamers. It's not like he needs to be affiliated with me. He wanted to be affiliated with us because he saw that we had different takes and different opinions. And that's exactly what this is. So I will always stand by my team. This brand is not about representing my opinions. I am the loudest voice. I will probably always be the loudest voice, and that's just how it's going to be. But we have so many people on this team that have their own opinions, and I'm very proud of them. So great job to Mike. Great job to my entire team on the website, social media, everybody on the YouTube side, the Twitch side. We have so many good things going on, and I cannot wait for the future of Geeks and Gamers. I can't wait for us to continue to kick ass, take names, and watch little bitches cry along the way. Thank you, guys. I'll see you over in the forums. I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody that's subscribed to this channel. We've had our best month ever in the last 28 days. We've had our best 28-day run in the history of the channel. 2 months ago, 3 months ago, people were celebrating the Geeks and Gamers demise. Oh, it's over. Jeremy is over. He's done. And that's just not true. But I do appreciate the motivation. Also, I'm loving seeing the Brie bots not understand what satire and sarcasm is. I made a Brie Larson video. I talked about how her channel failed, and I knew that title would get them worked up. 225,000 views later, they're still crying on Twitter. They're still whining. They don't understand. They have no understanding of satire. There's no nuance with these people. It's just read a headline and respond. Watch the video. Maybe take your head out of your ass. Maybe pay attention. Maybe don't get so worked up because Brie Larson got a little bit of criticism, even though I wasn't even criticizing her. I was criticizing her delusional fans for saying, oh, wow, Jeremy, she's going to pass him in 24 hours. Well, she didn't. And here we are several days later, and she still hasn't. But she's going to. And anybody with a working brain knew she would pass me in my pool house. Of course, she's a Hollywood superstar. I'm just an asshole sitting in my pool house reading articles every day. Yeah, Brie Larson's going to pass me in subs. Big deal. Anyway, you guys have a great day. Thank you very much for checking out this video. Solo lost money. Raylos are weird. Fuck Naughty Dog. And we will talk to you later.